Hello and welcome to the shadows. It's Minecraft time. I'm just gonna show some stuff that I've been doing around since the last video, and we're gonna do a build. I've got a design for a kelp farm now I want to do, and I've been putting it off for like most of the week, and this is where motivated me to do this thing. So yeah, so as you can see here in the map behind, it looks a little bit different from last time. A little bit. Can you tell what's different? So I've changed the flooring. It was red and dark red, and now I've changed it to green and to this lovely white. I mean, it looks really cool. It looks a lot better than it did. And I put in a bridge. This goes all the way to spawn, and also at spawn I set up these lovely sets of armor for the people that are going to be joining and helping me dig out the hole, which is in about a week's time, so I'm looking forward to that. I decided to give them all matching armor sets with their own special colors, and they're all been named, and there's shulkers there also with stuff in them to help them, and also got that stuff. And here's the nice bridge. So there's a few people that have never played Minecraft before, so they're going to be joining, and it just makes it so much easier, and we can just walk all the way down and all the way over to my lovely base. Yeah, so this bridge took me an entire day to make, but I think it looks really cool. And I've also been playing around with some rocks, you know, normal stuff, trying to make a sort of terrain going on. I want to do a few more over there. I started with like one over here, and I got one over down by the broken village, or dead village, whatever I called it. And also, as you can see, I've upgraded my portal. I think it looks really cool. It does look a bit strange. It's just dangling on the side. There's a few chains there which do make it look a bit better, but I will be changing the building on top of here, and it's gonna hopefully in the future I'm gonna be doing build there, which is then gonna sort of link over, and then it's gonna be hanging from that. But yes, so today the kelp farm. So I was watching Hermitcraft, and Impulse made a kelp farm, and his whole reason for it was, why should I have to do work when it can just be done manually? And I was like, that's true, because I do have this lovely lava farm, but I've got a stand here, and I got to press buttons and all this stuff, where I could just be having a thing underneath here which leads into my the smelters back here, which is still a mess. I still haven't fixed any of this, but so yeah, I'm gonna dig underneath here and make a giant hole, and yeah, we'll see how that looks. So cue the time lapse, enjoy. Well, that didn't take as long as I expected. Near the beginning, I did stop and grab another beacon and set it up over there because it was just annoying that the original beacons from the circle only go to about halfway, and it was just annoying doing the dig out about this point and then having to, once I got over to here, it's going super fast and then back to slow. Super fast and back to slow. So I've got a second beacon, it's set up just over there in the water. And yeah, I've now also set up the basic map of what's going to happen. So it is just a kelp farm. There is a few stuff I've got, and there's a few observers because it's going to take each bit, like one section, takes 17 observers, I think. Yeah, so it does take quite a bit. I'm going to build this slightly backwards though. I plan on building the water boulevard first and getting that all set up, and then sort of building I got this bit here, which this feeds the lava into the sorting system, into the fuel system, and I want to put the kelp blocks going into the same thing. So I'm going to build this first, and then I can then figure out how deep I actually want this, because I don't know if that's deep enough. I did go a bit over, but I still don't know, because at the moment I think it's designed for 3 high, but I might want to go higher. But yeah, we'll see. So that's the in bit done. I've measured it out. It's going to be 3 high, which I think I'm okay with. Yeah, 3 high should be fine. So we've got the bubble column going up. So each area is going to have water going down. It's going to push everything into this stream here, which then is going to get picked up by the bubble column, and it's going to take it up to the top. Once we get to the top, it gets so complicated. So comes up here, goes into these hoppers. These hoppers then go down into these smokers. The smokers then turn it into dried kelp, which goes into this crafter. The crafter then pushes it into this dropper, which pushes it up to the top here, which makes it go right round. Once it goes right round, it goes into the top. Not those ones back there. Goes into the top of these hoppers, and then if these are full, it will then go into this dropper, which will take it to the fuel. Confusing? Yes. But yeah, so we can get dried kelp blocks going into these, so fuel itself in theory, and then once everything is full, it will then go across and then start fueling up my super smelter. But the only way to do that is start building the kelp farm. So for that, we're going to need the observers, which are somewhere in these trucks. There you go. The observers, the pistons, the mud, probably a bit more mud, glow lichen, and some glass, and some water as well. I'm going to need to fill out all this bit so they all fall down. All right, so we'll start building. So if I've got this right, I have checked and checked and checked on my creative. It's like I made this myself and I still keep forgetting how I do it. So got piston, 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 piston. Easy. That's across here. And I have it somewhere. Well, I can. Okay. Put that across here. Lovely. And now for up here, where's my observers? There's my observers. We don't need the dropper anymore. What do I have there? The observers looking. That's the wrong way, actually, isn't it? Yep, that's the wrong way. Yeah, the observers looking with the arrow pointing downwards. That's right. I knew I'd get it wrong somewhere. Arrow pointing down. All the way across. Superb. And then lovely sound. And then facing that away, we put a no, we don't put an observer there. We put an observer there facing that way. We then connect it up to this. And there you go. And that's it. Try and make it as small as possible. And then for the next level, I've actually done that wrong, haven't I? I can fit more in. Because that mud goes there for the next level. So I've actually done that one too high. So I should be able to fit maybe another level in theory. We'll see. But yeah, so then I I'll put in another 2 on this level. And I'll be back after that. Okay, so I've got 3 going. And yeah, didn't take as long as I thought. But yeah, so it's set up so something goes in front of there. All of these go. So once the kelp grows, it will then knock all of them down. Now we just got to add the water, which could be a bit of a pain. We'll see. So, oh, good landing. After this, put in. You can use buttons or signs or anything. I like using this now. I'm converted to using this. So, okay. So then we put in the water, one there. And I'm hoping this has made a sauce. It has not. So I'm going to have to get more water. That's going to be a bit of a pain. Well, it's not. It's right there. I can get water from there. And then back up. And just so it's got the end. Ooh, I've put that in the wrong spot. There we go. And now we put the kelp. And that's it. So we just do that for the other 2 that are here, and then we can go up to the next level, and then we've got the level after that, and we'll see how much we got left. And then I will then continue and do all the others. Oh, so many. But yeah, it's going to be really cool once it's finished. And because I've got this system already going, everything that we get from these will just go straight up. And nothing gets wasted, so that's really cool. Alright, see you in a bit. And section 1's done. Oh, that was exhausting. That took a lot longer than I expected. It's just each one doesn't take too long to make, but there's Anyway, I managed to get 4 in each area. So I've now got, so it's going to be, there we go. And you see, it works. They all go up. I did have a little issue which I figured out. These bottom ones were getting, the kelp was getting caught still on here. And the only difference between these bottom ones and the ones higher was that there was a area for these to fall. Wasn't an area for these to fall. Sorry. So I had to then lower the ice down and then put in these blocks. So then, yeah, there's now an area for the up the fall. And since then, I've had no issues. So that's really good. Hopefully that has solved that problem. But yeah, it's just it's been a bit of a pain. I'm glad that I managed to get 4 in. It's going to be 4 times 3, and then it's going to be times 4, so there's going to be 48 of these. So I hope it's enough. It's, at the moment it's not doing too good enough. I don't think I'm really, yeah. It's really not at the moment. So hopefully once I get the other ones done, then I can then it can then self thingamajig. Not doing majiggy, thingamajiggy wiggy. Don't know what I'm talking about now. So yeah, we got them all sorted. I'm probably gonna either do a time lapse or just cut to me at the end. I'll see once these are finished.
One day later.
And I'm done. It's the next day. It took me quite a long time to finish it off. And finishing it kind of gave me an extra job to do later on. But so I've decorated it, and decorating it made me realize that none of this makes any sense. I know it's the back rooms and nobody really will see it, but I still will. And this all should be blackstone, because the mountain's made of blackstone and this is inside the mountain. So yeah, that's a huge job. But let's go and have a look. We'll go one more down. There we got the sorting system, kind of, going around. And look, we've got stuff in the smoker. Goes right round. And it's getting full. That's full, lovely. And then once it is full, like I said earlier, view it now. Once it is full, then it will go through into this, which will then take it to the furnace. But yes, so I've also decorated the walls, which, yeah, like I said, that's made me realize that the rest of it is messed up. And yeah, we'll just go down. Oh. Yeah, did decorate the floors, did walls as well down here, and it goes all the way up to the top. There's so many. I'm so glad that I chose to use the glow icon instead of buttons. Having it makes it look so much better. Sort of mystical. Looks really cool. Vehicle all the way around. I've got lights everywhere. It's all lit up. And yeah, it was a pain to do, but I'm so glad it's done. I think it looks really cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed. There was a little tour around the areas that I've changed and upgraded, and then this massive build that I did. Yeah, and with the time lapse and stuff. Yeah, that was interesting to do. So hope to see you next time. Goodbye.